off. We took off the next morning for Zimbabwe, and again, that was another, because I had never been to Zimbabwe. It's my expectations after being in Ethiopia and other places professionally, and so I had some good ideas of what it was going to be like. Malapati, that's just another world right there. And it was such a joy to be there, even the second time for over one night. But it was absolutely a gorgeous place. Something I would maybe equate to that is maybe a Jurassic Park, truly a Jurassic Park experience. And I mean, you could be on the river at the lookout at a beautiful night like this, and look one extreme and see a herd of elephants, and then you just kind of pan around and you see every species, almost every species along the river, and then you look far right and there's another dozen elephant crossing with you.
And definitely in situations where we're hunting crocs and hippos in the tribal land, there's a lot of talking to the local people, and actually they got a lot of knowledge, but you find out that there's a lot of stories, and you have to actually sift through all the stories to actually find the truth. And a lot of people say that hippos kill the most people. That's what a lot of people believe. But I was saying to Jack, it's not my belief. I believe crocs do. The difference is they don't really, they do eat the crocs, but it's not something they prefer. So when someone gets taken by a croc, there's not a lot of hoo-ha about it. It's tough luck, this is Africa. And a lot of those cases aren't reported. But if a hippo kills someone,
everybody knows.
Everybody knows, everybody reports it, so that hippo gets shot.
It's somewhere around 2006, I think, possibly earlier, when I started with Fani. And Fani came with a lot of accolades, and there was a lot of good things that people said about his hunts, and it sounded like it fit with mine very well. So that's why I went with Fani at the beginning, and that has not wavered throughout the years, and that's why I keep going back. And here I am with a CZ 550 375 H&H, and it's very effective. And here it's an all-around rifle, and that's why I'm using it here. I prefer my 500 Nitro or my 416 Rigby, but this one's a good all-around for everything that we're going to do here on this trip. So.
Just make sure
that's dead on. Being taught how to fire guns, fire in the proper way with a father who was involved in that, and from the military and all. So I was well instructed. So it was taken out and as a young child and into the hunting environment that we were in, and it was taught. So I learned very on. Africa when I was young was just an absolute untouchable portion, but.
We're going to go for, what do we say? We're going to agree on the spine shot for the croc, and on its evil smile.
That's and then right. Spine shot, that's what I'd rather do.
A bit of a bigger target.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a spine shot on the croc, and then from there we're going to see, well, we're hoping, which we've had a huge cold front, so we're hoping we'll find a hippo on land after the cold front, but if not, we're going to do brain shot on the hippo, side brain shot on the hippo, or frontal if it doesn't want to cooperate. So you have to make sure your target is very small, so you have to make sure that your rifle is shooting perfect.
So we have met our first obstacle, the water. We're gonna get on one of the villagers' boats and then head over, because the hippos are on the opposite side, I guess, the other bank there. So we're gonna head on the boat, go scout and see if there's a good bull in there.
We get 2 people up.
Hold on.
There's a paddle.
DJ, you need to have some more eggs. Eat more eggs, you can just lower yourself in the back there and start jetting us across the water. I'm thinking that's a cow at the moment, but you can't tell until such time as he lifts up his head. And you have to watch how the characteristics, you can't just judge like that. Could be a young bull, could be an old bull, with a small body. Where's Robert when you need him? Behavior. So far we've determined the one on the far left is definitely the biggest bodied one there. Robert's seen the tracks, and there's definitely a big track amongst these 3 hippos. So we're betting on that far left one. You will have the female will go up to the male and lifts its tail and squirt some pheromones onto the males. The male will put its snout underneath the female's tail.
Well, they gotta be out of the water, right?
No, they do it in the water.
Should we go get our boat captain and go back across the river?
Have you ever watched the movie Moby Dick?
Yeah.
So we're going to be here early in the morning, hopefully. Apparently there was a lot of fishermen today. Everybody thinks I'm pretty shy. You see there, as we're walking away there, look at that. Oh, they're playing. All 3.
We are back on our speedboat, African speedboat. How many horsepower is this engine? 2 amps.
2 pole power.
Yeah, 2 pole power.
2 pole power. We get a foothold.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
We're gonna get a foothold.
You come to the front.
Here we go. Yeah.
2 hands.
Pole power.
I see those hippos' heads down the way.
We shot the crocodile and the hippo on the Lundi River. The Lundi River flows into Gonrejor. And that's where, and there's a lot of hippos in Gonrejor, so, and in Malangwe itself. So that's where they breed, and they slowly, the numbers push into the tribal lands, and the tribal people benefit from that financially. They get quite a large piece of the pie of the money you pay goes back into the community for community programs. So we started there in Alundi in Chibuziwa.
Just tell us what happened now.
Is it,
Is
the croc
big crocodile.
sideways?
Yeah.
So I can shoot him?
Okay, so change of plan. We were actually on, actually still on Hippo, but hunting in Africa, you always take the chances that's been given to you. And the trackers just walked down a bit to go and check if there's maybe a lone bull, and they came back with good news. There's a big croc. So me and Mr. J.
These things normally occur in Africa on a hunt. You're never going to go after, you're never going to get what your objective is. It's going to be something else big. So that's what we're after now. We've moved from hippo now to croc. There's a big one down there.
The croc's got fantastic eyesight. And you could see he was getting nervous. We had him broadside and we were trying to creep into position. Next minute, he sensed something was wrong. There was definite, but a small guy next to him didn't care about that. But he was definitely sensing. Next minute, he's actually lying completely, almost perpendicular to us in the water.
Okay, here we go.
Shoot him again, shoot him again. Shoot him again.
It was quite a stressful time for me, and then once the shots went off, then it was all done, and the handshakes were all taken, and we were just driving over to go pick it up. So, of course, there was a lot of people that formed out. I don't know, 100, 125, 30 people. You know, I enjoyed that every minute, every second, and it brings your instincts to point. I mean, to absolute your personal instincts to, and you know the croc's instincts too.
You do it.
Almost.
Monster, eh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, it's kind of overwhelming, really. Actually, it's something that you kind of dream about for a long time.
We are here on the Lundi River. This is their very own brick factory, believe it or not. So they would stack the bricks up like that and then make fire on the inside there. And what the fire does is it dries out the bricks much faster, so they can start building faster. Hopefully some success tomorrow on Mr. Hippo. He was a bit too clever for us today, but you know, that's hunting.
Same thing with Hippo. Before the hunt, you send out messages, you go to the areas, you scout the rivers, because definitely looking at it this year with the drought, the pans are smaller, so the seasonal pans we used to, they don't have hippos anymore, and the hippos are fighting with the cattle in the tribal lands for grazing. So there's a lot of movement of hippos. But it would be nice, but we can come in from the back end, you know, straight away.
Yeah, okay.
It was amazing. We had a hippo there, but on a low island bank on the Lundi River, and we had to crawl in.
That's his tail, big bad one.
How steady are you? What? steady on you.
Not as steady as I was, but yeah, I can do it now.
Do you want to do a side break?
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Okay, just put a backup shot in his shoulder. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thing dropped like a bag of potatoes.
He did, didn't he? I think I got a good shot on that brain there.
No.
Sure.
Yeah, let the guys get the boat here, but I'm not swimming across.
What?
No, not with what we've seen. What, 5 crocs that are floating around?
Hey, this was a pretty good stalk.
Yeah, yes, it was quite.
Yeah.
Don't know if you guys have seen, but the bush telegram has already spoken. There's there's a couple people that side. There's guys coming from the opposite side. They just heard a gunshot. Meet. Whoa! Met de sausage erop.
Biting on a boat.
I think we got a foster polar.
The biggest thing, one of the biggest things that I found, I have to interject this, but biggest things is learning the people, not only just the local folks, but the people in the bush and their perspectives on things, to whatever you want to talk about, politics, to just a way of life and what they expect and how they deal with everyday problems, you know. So this was one of the largest things that I have gleaned from all of these trips, and I try to do my best when I'm actually working in the job that I do, because I have long periods of time sometimes to explain to people that I work with about things here. So,
But at the end of the day, this is it's not only about just killing this animal. You know, there's a lot of different factors that goes in to what you guys see here in front of us. And Ben, if you don't mind, can you just elaborate a bit on human-hippo conflict here now?
Well, as you know, hippos kill the most people in Africa, and one of the major things they do is raid crop raid, and like this year definitely with the drought and everything, they've been having problems. When we have a bit of water like this, guys come and collect water to irrigate their crops. So these animals do become a problem, and the major thing here is fishing. That's only, like in this drought year, that's only protein they get is fish. So these hippos do cause major conflict. This man wants his tea.
yeah, he doesn't need to.
Yeah, vegan crocs here.
Oh, there's my car already down there, fantastic, well done. Now there's a tradition with hippo, after you shoot a hippo, I don't know where it started, how it originated, just something we've been taught. The locals believe after you kill a hippo, and I guess the hippo is intricately tied to water, an animal that spends a lot of time in the water. So after you shoot a hippo, it's traditional to cut the tail of the hippo and throw it into the water. And the locals believe that way they give back to the water and they keep droughts. But I believe that if you keep the tail, and the following year there's a big drought, they're all going to point fingers at you and blame you for the drought. And yeah, then from after the next day we packed up, had breakfast, and headed back to Limpopo, South Africa, by Waterpoort. We spent 2 days just chilling and doing a bit of plains game hunting.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You give them water.